not to brag, but today's Catalina macaw was literally obsessed with me. Let me show you what I mean.
And then we got a couple little eye pins. So that's kind of the first sign of he's getting heightened. Now if Jamie gets lower and closer, we might get more of an aggressive approach. There was the aggression. The first was curious, that second one was aggressive.
So today we're working with Bender, a 5-year-old Catalina macaw who prefers women. And that was definitely true today. Now, his owners are Mike and Mary, and the issues that they're having is that Bender gets extremely heightened and then he becomes very unpredictable. Heightened birds kind of look like puffy feathers, sometimes streamlined feathers, eye pinning, and just constant twitchy movements where it just becomes really difficult to figure out if we're having a party or if people are losing limbs. Now, one of the first problems that we recognized right away is diet issues. Bender is not on our ideal recommended diet, which is a low-fat diet that makes it so that you can use treats such as fruit or seeds or nuts as very high-value treats. Now, Bender is getting a lot of fruit in his daily diet. We do not want to see that. And he's also getting a lot of nuts and seeds in his daily diet. We do not want to see that either. We want to use these as high-value motivational tools to get Bender to do good behavior. Now, Mike and Mary's dream is for them to be able to bring Bender out while they have friends and family over and be able to socialize Bender. However, he's very unpredictable and they don't want anyone getting bit.
So just do 5 somethings after he poops. Perfect. Okay.
Good job, good poopers.
Oh, we always celebrate that.
You guys see his body language right now as we're laughing? That's heightened.
You gonna show off for everybody? Can you wave? Good job. Good boy. What's this? Good job. Can you shake? Good boy. Can you spin? Can you spin? Yeah, good job.
Can we give her a broken clicker?
I should use it. Come over here. Oh, I did. The clicker is
Don't do it now. Don't do it now.
Okay, I won't. The clicker is broken though. Oh, there it goes. It works.
Did you get a treat for that?
Who knows?
Can I see what this type of interaction looks like for Mike?
Before we can work on their end goal of having him out at a party, we've got to work on his handling and relationship just with Mike and Mary alone, because right now it's all off the charts, as is Mike's energy.
Is that funny? Will you show me big wings? Big wings, good boy. Can you kiss, kiss? Mwah. You're such a good boy. Will you sing? Sing. Good boy. Da-da. Da-da-da. Good boy. I like big wings, my favorite. Big wings. That's right. Good boy.
Awesome. I'll have you have a seat for a sec. I'll start with Shawnee. If you had, what were some of your observations on that?
You guys are very high energy people. That translates to the bird for sure. I was slightly worried for you when you went in for a kiss, but it turned out well for you.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. That was my first observation too. Like, obviously we're joking, we're having fun.
Right.
And I thought that was one level, and then we got Bender out, and it was a whole different level. And he really reflects that. So a lot of what Shawnee's worked on with Bubba, her green wing, was taking him from these really heightened interactions where the behavior becomes a lot less predictable when they're in that super heightened state, which is hard because I see that you're expressing your love with this bird through these like crazy heightened interactions.
Do you think, I'm
Baby talks
sorry
all
to
the
interrupt.
time.
So
Yeah.
I can't talk to him without, woo! Is that bad? Are we hyping him up by doing that?
So yes, is the short answer.
Okay.
I think you're
he was
hyping us
nodding.
all up.
He agrees, huh?
So I want to see if you can do big wings without the vocalization. See if he'll do it for you
Okay.
without you saying a thing.
Okay.
So note the body language now.
Hi.
So Mike, don't
Okay.
say anything. We're going to try to do it totally silent.
Right.
Yep.
Looking at me?
That means you don't talk.
Okay. What's this? What's this?
You're talking, Mike. Mike.
If I couldn't talk, we could still do this.
Try not talking.
Nice and try.
Don't talk at all, Mike.
Let's see if we can get a step up, if he's willing. Don't force him.
Can you tell him to step up?
No, this is, you see that?
Perfect, I'll have you step back. Okay, so the question was, can you tell him to step up? What did we learn from Big Wings without a verbal cue? Did he do it or no?
He did do it.
Yeah, off of your body language. You approaching the hand is the cue. The vocal is only heightening. So having these really heightened interactions will just make it harder for you to bring him back down. And if your end goal is you want him to be able to socialize with other people in the room, it's really hard to take a bird that is responsive to your energy level and then expect it to be chill and not be aggressive with other people. Those are very incompatible requests.
So the main goal today was working on bringing Mike's energy down. And the reason for this is because both Mike and Mary would really hype Bender up, and then they would try to handle him and wonder why they were getting bit. When a bird is functioning at this very heightened state, they become not only unpredictable, but also their body language is harder to read. And so oftentimes the littlest thing can just send them over the edge, and we can't tell the difference between when we were all having a great time and when people are actually gonna get bit.
I'm gonna see if I can work through a step up. I don't know if he'll let me, but see, right now his body language is telling me no. And the reward is me leaving. But I'm rewarding what behavior? The fact that he didn't step up, or the fact that he was able to tell me no without having to bite. What I'm doing is establishing clear trust and communication with this bird. His body language of just ignoring my request to step up gets me to what he wants, which is for me not having to step up. If I force it, then he's, instead of just passively standing there, then he's going to start to increase the threat level to the point where he'll bite a little bit, maybe bite harder. And if I have a history of forcing him to step up, then he's very likely to just bite his way through it. So super soft target by doing it like that. If they're biting the stick, you want to keep in mind we're pairing the emotion with the behavior they're learning. So if he's biting the stick, we're putting pissed off on cue. But if he's reaching up and just licking the stick, it's hard to lick something and be pissed off, am I right?
Yes.
So that's the behavior I'm trying to do, is capture calm through the target. And so all the behaviors that we capture, we try to eventually turn into somehow, we try to make them calmer. So as Shawnee was noticing, like she was nervous to her face, and then all these behaviors get him super heightened, and then you're like, and kiss me, while he's like at the peak of potentially aggressive. When you say to yourselves he's excited or he loves something, I want you to pause and challenge each other and say, Dave says that's heightened. Okay, is it heightened good or is it heightened bad? And then try to adapt what you're doing after that conversation to bring that energy back down.
So we should stop the baby talk. First thing, right?
Yeah.
So one of the interesting things about Bender that I noticed right away is he was a little obsessive about me. And what I mean by this is he was constantly trying to make eye contact with me. And once he would get a little twitchy and interested and try to see what would get my attention. So I would see him out of the corner of the eye doing things to try to see if he could get the reinforcement of receiving my attention. Now I recognize that this heightened him pretty badly, and I was worried for anyone working with him when I was close that they were going to get nailed, and that's exactly what happened.
Cool.
Good job. Yeah, he almost bit me there. Getting angry, huh?
Ah, you bit me. Yeah.
And you saw that coming.
Okay.
So there was a few times that I tested this theory throughout the class, and I would walk around and move and see if Bender was still following me. And there was a time I walked behind every single student at class, and he did. He followed me with his eyes. He just would not focus on anything else. So for the majority of this class, I actually had to hide behind a wall. Fun times. The cool thing is at our earlier class, we met a girl named Shawnee who had amazing results with her green wing macaw, Bubba, and we invited her to stay for this particular masterclass and give her insight and input as a trainer because she had done such a fantastic job with her rescue macaw. I was so relieved that she was there since I literally couldn't see anything because I was behind a wall, and luckily her husband, Cameron, videotaped for me.
So learning to recognize what that body language is going to be really important for you guys, and just trying to see like, what is this body language? What is this body language? Because sometimes Fluffy can be like, I'm trying to be big and dangerous, or it can be like, you know, pet me, I'm in a good mood. So yeah, let's try 5 repetitions of somethings. You can get them heightened in the middle, but the end goal is you have to bring that back down and have it be calm. And then Nina, pause there, boom, got it. Now feel free to do some of the heightened behaviors.
Can you say hello? Hello?
Do you guys see that posture shift? He's
I got
heightened
that
already
posture.
just by you saying hello. It was almost
I
like,
didn't even raise my voice with that one.
Yeah.
though.
but it's almost like he went from just kind of paying attention to like a little twitchy, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
that's where it was like the light switch was turned on. He's like, yeah, say it again, right?
Okay.
And that's the first sign of him getting a little bit heightened. Yeah, and then once we stopped trying to cue it, he calmed back down a little bit.
I'm gonna move your target stick to your back pocket.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say that. So what she said, if you didn't hear, is just to move the target stick, because we're accidentally cueing the target, and he's like, what do you want, the target or the vocal? His brain froze, because he's like, I don't know what you want. I'm going to step out of the equation and see if you can get the vocal cue that you wanted.
Hello? Okay, good boy.
So I'll actually have you guys switch trainers. So Mike, if you want to come back up, start really calm. And then if you want to get them heightened in the middle, I want to be able to end with you bringing
I
them
don't
back
know if I
down.
can really hype them up. I don't know. Say hello.
Hello.
Good boy. You do big wings. No, you owe me. There you go.
You guys notice how this interaction, his body language
Dance,
overall
dance.
is way calmer,
Good boy.
and so's the bird.
Now let's bring it
Then
in.
we
Sing!
Than the first session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba! Da 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 da! Yay! All right.
Right? So you can see, now you've got him heightened.
Okay.
So now it's bringing him back down. See that offering of a pre-heightened cue?
All right. Spin. Will you stop that?
Oh.
See, that's enough.
Super clear body language, right? So what I'd encourage you to do is take less of a command posture. So I think you're used to him just stepping up most of the time, but you don't know this animal, it's big enough to kill you, what are you gonna do differently? Right? I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna ask, you wanna step up? Nothing in his body language is telling me yes. But he has gone back to the posture that he gave me when I respected, I leave him.
Right.
Right? But for now, we'll have you wrap up with like one or two more just kind of calm behaviors. And calm behaviors, I would say, would be like the spin and maybe a gentle target.
So just dive into it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna get one of your stands. I do really like them.
Thanks.
They're really nice. Step up. Good. Good boy.
You noticing the target stick on the treat? If you want to give that input, you're welcome to.
If you're working on a step up and you're done with the target stick and you want to
Put it
your
away?
pocket, yeah, because
Okay,
it's like right in his face when you're giving him.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is you could escalate a little frustration because
Hard to
he's
hold
like, do
off
I take the
everything.
treat or do I touch the stick?
Sees her, I think.
So you want to change your position to the side
Yeah.
of the...
Like go over here.
Yeah, so come over on this side.
Okay.
Kind of block this view a little bit.
Okay.
So
She's
he'll be
hiding
more
now.
attention.
Pay attention to mama.
See how you got heightened when you spoke?
Mm-hmm.
So those little details are what will make a difference.
Mama and stuff.
One of the things we tested at class was whether or not their energy and praise and just how excited they were was reinforcing to Bender. We found that it was, in fact, because reinforcement just means that that behavior keeps happening. And they had actually trained a lot of the behaviors that Bender knows based on the high praise level that they would give. And so we found that the more they hyped him up, the more hyped up he would get, and the more likely to offer all of these different talking behaviors that he was trained to do in those heightened states. Because of this history, they had accidentally trained Bender to go up to Mike's shoulder and bite to get that same sort of hyped reaction.
Show me big wings.
I would do a calm behavior before you ask for step up. So like do some more soft targets.
Okay. Can you sing? Can you sing?
So,
Can you sing?
No, none of those.
No? Okay, what are we gonna do then?
so let's,
Just keep doing targeting.
Just
I agree,
spin.
spins and target.
All right, spin. Go ahead, spin.
Will he fly to you? A little short flight?
This is about what we're at right now. Come. Come. There we go.
Nice.
And right
Now,
up the
this is where it
shoulder.
goes up
So
my
go
arm.
ahead and treat him back on the perch.
All right, come on, perch. Come, perch.
No. You lost him.
See, that's where he doesn't get.
One of the things that Dave pointed out in the class was, what's the difference between you in excited mode and you in angry mode, or as Mike would say, losing his zen. You're still going to scream, it's still going to be exciting, maybe your tone's a little bit different, but it could be just as reinforcing to the animal as the excited version of you. And so this was a problem because Bender had really learned that, hey, if I trick this guy into stepping me up and then I just bite him really hard, I get this really fantastic show for free.
So I'm gonna see if I can, and then treat him down here. Treat him down here.
Step down. Come on, step down.
Move away.
Very close, very close. We can still. There you go. Good boy.
So let's talk about reinforcement history. He knows, first of all, good job.
No blood.
He knows that going up to your shoulder and biting that one spot gets a reaction. And what was your reaction we established? Positive reinforcement. So he has a reinforcement history of doing that because it's getting reinforced.
Right.
But we can change that. So if we focus on just step ups, where he goes back and he gets the treats only on the T-stand, he'll start to anticipate. I go here, now I'm looking back to the perch because that's where the treats are.
That's where the treat
The
is.
treats are no longer.
Because we actually practice step ups and he gets the reward on the step.
So I would get the step up and treat down here. Boom.
Okay.
So, and just that speed.
Right.
One other thing that is different from you putting him back on the perch and what Dave was doing is Dave was slightly below the perch, so he would step up
Okay.
to it.
And I'm
So
having
that's
to
the
step
highest.
down.
Yes.
That's why she gets the
I
big ones.
actually
So
should
stepping
step
down isn't something they naturally like.
The
Not-
step
it's
up
not-
is much more comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you step up?
Oh, yeah.
Good boy.
That click was for you for not getting.
Oh, yeah?
No, stop.
That looked phenomenal, and you can see how every interaction is a training session. If you're not training the bird is training you. And that's what he had done. And now we're just transforming it. He wants to train, but now we're making it where, hey, the treats come from the perch rather than the reaction of the scream from biting. Going back and only doing the calm behaviors is what you'll have to do for a little while.
It's so hard.
What's your biggest takeaway from today?
That we are hyping him up too much. We need to tone it down a little bit. I did not realize that I was doing that.
What about you, Mike? What's your big takeaway?
She's got issues. No, I've got issues. So I've got to chill. I'm a little over the top. I have to chill out a little bit, be a little calmer. I'm going to practice this. I'll take this seriously. It's important for our relationship. I mean, we got another 50 years of this to go. You know, I need to learn how we have to work together.
And when you get home, what's the first goal that you'll be working towards?
Diet, and then I'll keep my mouth shut. Those are the first two things. We'll take away the sugar. We're over treating by far. You'd be so angry if you knew.
Can I just say, your bird told me today.
I had no idea that the energy that we were projecting to him was that much. Just in our conversations when we're talking to him, we're getting him all amped up before we even start training, and I did not know that.
That's great.
So like most master classes, today was less about training the bird and more about training Mike and Mary of how to positively interact with Bender in a way that is going to further their relationship long term. I can't wait to hear from Mike and Mary on how they're going to implement the diet change with Bender and also the energy shift that they're going to implement when working with him so that they can eventually get this bird around more people in a less crazy heightened state. Not that they can't ever speak baby talk to their bird again, but I think now they realize how powerful of a tool it is since it is reinforcing, that they're going to use it more intentionally instead. Something that Shawnee said in the class was, she was like, think about your energy or your excitement level almost as a jackpot reward. You wouldn't be using a jackpot reward on every single repetition, would you? And so it made them kind of have a different perspective on what the training looked like and how to use themselves as a reward intentionally. And that's really what we're going for at BirdTricks. A lot of this is just recognizing what we're doing right and wrong, and then the second part is changing it. If you're struggling with a heightened bird, make sure to check out our beginner course at birdtricks.com. It goes over the proper diet, sleep foundations, and hormones, which are all the utter foundations you have to have in place to have a well-behaved, healthy, happy bird.
Parrots are the third most popular pet in the entire world, yet the #1 most rehomed. If you're interested in joining our mission of saving parrots one person at a time, visit birdtricks.com to learn more about our parrot training courses, organic bird food, all-natural parrot toy line, and much, much more. When we know better, we do better. It's through you that we can help people offer only the best quality products to their parrots, along with the knowledge they need to live in harmony with their birds through permission-based training. Visit birdtricks.com today to learn more.